They said that I'm the nigga that they all love to hate. Fuck the damn chat, nigga, I say it's okay. Motherfuckers want the good guys to come back. Wanna beef with real niggas cause they channel whack. At the church sector in a motherfucking frenzy. Crazy ass nigga KOM tried to see. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. The sector wanna see a new beef every week. Especially from new niggas that wanna beef with me. Some say it's fun and some say it's hard. Trigger the bitch nigga, so he exposed the void. Took a trip to Vegas and we was Vegas lit. The haters saw the videos and they say ain't that a bitch. Left the damn sector, said my rivals tried to take my title. How the hell you try to take my title? I ain't got no fucking rival. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Came for my motherfucking certifications, came for my license, and they came for my accreditation. All the fucking hating don't stop. The Godfather still came on top. Motherfuckers wanna take me down. Wanna see my dollars go from up and then down. The Godfather gon' win anyway. I end the fucking year with fuck the DBA. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Hate niggas like, 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 hate niggas. Welcome, 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 everybody. This is your Black YouTube therapist, a.k.a. the Godfather, a.k.a. Coach D. How everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a blessed evening. Decided to do a little impromptu while I'm on the road, heading home. Just wanted to chop it up with you all for a little bit. So, a lot going on in these YouTube streets. And I just want to chop it up with you all a little bit. So, over the last few days, there's been a lot of controversy going on in a variety of different sectors. I'm constantly hearing buzzwords and overtures of pedophilic behavior going on. There's pedophilic behavior going on in the Umar sector. We got a pedo problem in the Manosphere that's been going on and lingering for years and years of guys thinking that it's okay for a grown-ass man to have sex with underage girls if it was legal. I've seen a lot of topics that people have created focusing on this dilemma. And it is very sickening for me to hear grown-ass men. I ain't talking 20, 30-year-old. I'm talking 40, 50-year-old, even 60-year-old men hypothesizing how the community would be if you could marry teenagers. Some sick ass shit. We got a brother. Well, I don't know if you can call him brother, but he a fucking, I don't know what the fuck he is. In Missouri, playing with fucking baby dolls, Legos, pink coffee tops and cups, sprinkling shit all around, and then the motherfucker doxing people, which he's known for. Disgusting ass behavior. Viewing over 50 fucking children. And you got bitch asses in this sector who okaying that shit. Like, you know, well he got the right to use his I mean, not OnlyFans. He has the right to use TikTok whatever way he chooses. He's not hurting anybody. These fucking pedophile apologists. This fucking behavior is outside the normal range for any man. To be fixated on images of children and their whereabouts and behavior, particularly if you don't know them, or they're not related to you, or they're not your own children. That is not within a normal range for grown-ass men to be watching children partaking all type of little playful activities on the internet. It's not. Miss me with the goddamn excuses. I don't want to hear the shit. Because I hear the shit, I get angry, and I may say some shit. Because this sector, man, I'm going to say this, man. And that's why I've been thinking on and off about my time on YouTube. And, you know, shout out to my son. He has another scholarship offer. He got 2 scholarship offers, one in Missouri. He got another one in Illinois. 2 schools looking at him. He got offers. I'm happy now. I can save my $30,000, $40,000 a year. I had stashed away to pay for his education. That shit will be paid for. But I told myself once all my kids are out the house and they're out, I'm probably going to look at doing other things. Look at finding new hobbies. I found YouTube as a hobby due to my son actually taking him to football games and little league stuff that he was doing, little league football activities. And I got engaged with YouTube just to pass time watching him play and practice in football. That's how I got into YouTube. That's how I got into YouTube. It wasn't the shit that's just, I'm looking for an answer to my problem type of shit. I wasn't married to a sector. And now that my son is getting ready to graduate in about 6 months, 7 months, I need to find some new shit. I'm in a different chapter of my life where all my kids are out of the goddamn house, technically.
but not realistic because economically I'm still responsible for them. But I don't know if I still have the use. And one of the biggest reasons why I'm really thinking about, because I'm sick of having these discussions with people, these unintelligible conversations, and the sickness of people who do all of this fucking fringe type rhetoric and behavior, like this social worker in Missouri, just stalking little kids, playing with fucking Legos and baby dolls, and then you got the same motherfuckers who complain about him be the same one watching the shit. Now you making excuses for him. The same motherfuckers that's been involved in doxing people, trying to get people fired, and has been somewhat successful with it. I told y'all asses this Negro and his cohorts were crazy as fuck, out of their goddamn mind. Now we understand that the AFW is basically a harborer of fucking pedos. And no telling who else doing some crazy shit we don't know about. Then I go into the black spaces. You got, and I've been hearing this shit for at least, definitely since 17. Really 16. You had a whole fucking Sinful the motherfucking P, aka the pimp pastor, went to jail for trafficking and being with underage little girls. This nigga get out, come into the Manosphere, create a whole fucking channel, and get a whole following, and people act like he ain't do the shit. I got people who are I'm tight with that still support this nigga, which I ain't understand. I'm like, man, what are y'all doing? And I don't want to hear that shit about, well, they paid their dues to society. They ain't pay a goddamn thing. How the hell you pay your dues for fucking exploiting children? Nigga, that's a debt that you pay for the rest of your life. The years you was in jail was not enough. Motherfucking Glendon Cameron having sex with the mama and the goddamn daughter. 15-year-old white girl. Then we had a black female teacher, Courtney Omega. Courtney Omega was damn near fucking and dating a 16, 17-year-old. Took her own fucking student out on a goddamn date. Now, brought the motherfucker drinks, intended to bring his ass home to fuck her student. Yeah. Courtney Omega in the space. Want to be pro-black and talk shit about this and what men and what women should be doing. And you was fucking the student. Knowing damn well when he was in the 11th grade, you was fucking with him, and then you fuck with him. Then you had the nerve to know the parent was trying to be cool with the parent too. How the fuck you gonna try to be cool with the parent then fucking her son? Pedos. They ain't trying to make excuses. That was over 15 years ago, DERELL. That was over. That was over 15. I'm past it. No, the fuck you ain't. You can never work in that field again. You shouldn't even be around children. I'm sorry, but these type of people should not have the privilege to be on social media. I'm sorry. That should be governmental governmental policies against people being sanctioned. If you are on a national or state I don't give a damn what nobody say. When they had a lady, knew her son was fucking, her underage son was fucking the goddamn neighbor, and she ain't think nothing of it. Motherfucker was underage fucking the neighbor. We had another motherfucker found out he was doing some shit with little boys. The shit came out. Yeah, KW done. He impregnated a 13-year-old. Then you had motherfucker the fucking Chi-Town Strangler, Mr. Hardcore Tito, aka General Tito, the one I just got through talking about. This nigga been with underage. Man, she lied on me. I was railroaded. Man, the system railroaded me. Man, I ain't even know she was 13, 14. Man, she told me she was like 21. You dumb motherfucker. You mean to tell me I don't give a damn? And I know some girls mature physically and they look like they may be a grown woman. Some little girls look like that. But damn it, you couldn't have a conversation with this girl and tell this motherfucker was lying? You didn't talk and just start having shit. You just saw the fucking girl, just wanted to just jump in the drawers. Don't give a shit, just reckless. You couldn't have a conversation and tell this girl was kind of young, immature. Just the whole texture of the conversation, you couldn't tell maybe something ain't right about this little girl. Nah. Just thirsty ass niggas. Thirsty ass niggas. This is the pedo problem. These niggas talking about they pimps. They had another pimp. He was involved in some shit. Now then not only that, you had motherfuckers trying to make excuses and shit for why men got messed around by little teenage girls setting them up. They should have known better. A 16-year-old girl should know better not to mess with a 20-year-old, 25-year-old man. She shouldn't have wore that dress. Shouldn't have had her titties out and her ass in tight. You shouldn't have been flirting and seducing. These niggas was flat out saying back, and I can remember this back in 2020, 2019, 2020, and 21. The man was seduced by the girl. This is the kind of bullshit that they were saying. The men got seduced. Those girls should have, them fast-ass girls, them hot-ass girls should have known better. A 13-year-old girl should know better not to mess with a grown man. pedophilic behavior and apologists. And I keep hearing this shit because I understand in my field of work how difficult it is not only for the child, but the family, the parents, to deal with some shit like that. Man, I have dealt with some very, very severe ancestral-like situations. I've dealt with situations where kids were ruined for life, physically, psychologically, can't have children. I mean, I've seen shit like this happen in fucking real life. I understand that a lot of these kids grow up traumatized. They have gender or sex-related confusion. They engage in sex worker acts. They either become hyper sexual or hyper asexual. Engage in behaviors outside the normal range for children. Doing all kinds of, convoluted acts because of their experience. And the most horrific thing is that a lot of kids who are victimized that don't get help, they perpetrate these same behaviors on other kids, creating more kids that have to deal with this kind of shit. But you got, and then another sick ass thing, some of these people that I'm speaking of right now they got daughters, they got kids. Several of them I know for a fact got daughters. So that means if you felt like if your daughter was messing around with a grown ass man, you gonna tell your daughter that was your fault? That wasn't his fault that you was being hot in the ass? That's your logic? Every fucking year, man, it's like it's added on and added on and added on, where there are more. It seems to be more occurrences, or there's rehashing of this issue. And it continues to surface itself year after year after year after fucking year. And now I'm at the point where, man, this shit is just fucking disgusting. What the fuck am I doing? I start asking myself, what the fuck am I doing in this shit? It's time for me to start doing some different shit. It's time for me to find some new shit to do. It's time for me to do some other shit. That's right, BMT. You witnessed the shit along with me. Too many of them are sympathizers. So what's up, Omni Pre? Baby mama Nikki in the house. Year after year after year. It'd be the same shit. Well, they should have known better. They paid, they did their time. They moved on. Let's give them another chance. And I'm like, wow. But this be the main motherfuckers, like Hardcore Tito, Strangler Tito, strangling multiple women. Been, just constantly doing all kinds of shit to women. But then you want to talk about black female fuckery and black female fucking mindset and psychology and it just gets me all these motherfucking terms they come up with. We went from black male pathology. Now we got a goofy ass woman running around talking about black male psychology. Like I'm like, damn, man. It's just fucking amazing how motherfuckers just come up with these terms with no basis. The grooming. And exploitive behavior, man. It's the same shit. Pissing me off, man. I feel you, DOD. Man, that shit piss me off, man, when they do this shit. And they think that, you know, anything for a fucking cash app, fucking super chat, anything for a fucking subscriber. Now you got this guy, Fatty. They on his ass right now. Laughing and joking about, you know, the thing about if it was legal to date, if it was legal to marry a 12-year-old. People, man, I've argued several times, not only on my panel, but on BMT panel. They had niggas thinking it was okay for a 17-year-old girl to be married to an 80-year-old man. And she was pregnant at 18. So you know if she was pregnant at 18, she was fucking the man at goddamn 16 and 17. Married the goddamn pastor. This was a 17-year-old that knew this man most of her childhood. Began talking to him, so she claimed, when she was 17, but I don't believe that. And you had Negro pedophiles thinking, look, if the parents say it's okay and they co-sign that, I don't give a damn what the parents co-sign. Then you had the nigga Miko Worldwide. When I went toe-to-toe with SYSBM and Passport Brothers, them niggas was sick about me exposing that bullshit that Miko did. Nigga went all around Brazil and Dominican Republic and all over the place fucking with little kids. Just because other countries have some legal shit, look, I'm going by my own moral standard. I don't give a fuck about what other countries, whether they approve or say the shit legal or not. In this country, the shit is not legal. In this country, we cannot have physically superior men imposing their will on you little girls. We can't. And I know in this society we look at younger boys being with women differently than women being with men being with different girls. I get that, but I don't fucking get it, because wrong is fucking wrong. If I found out a teacher was fucking my son, even at 18 in high school, and he 18 right now, just made 18 a month ago, 2 months ago, I would have a fucking problem if I'm sending my kids to fucking school, even at the age of 18. He a grown man legally, and he fucking a teacher. My taxpayer dollars are not going towards a teacher fucking the kids, even if the kid is an adult. As a teacher, you should not be fucking the kids. And in Texas, that shit runs rampant. That shit run rampant every damn month. And I look on the news. You got a fucking young 20, 30-year-old white woman fucking a kid. I had several clients. I had a black female back in 2019. Fuck the principal. And didn't want to tell. She thought she was grown. And it's our business. And the shit got out. Shit is crazy, man. I try, Miss Thing. I try. I try. I think we need more balance, man. And my thing is that when I first came onto YouTube, I was a totally different cat. Man, I was very calm about shit. I was very cordial with everybody. I welcomed debate. I had my little knowledge and my little research. I did way more research and other shit back then than I do now. I'm like, man, look, I got money to make. Oh, no sound? Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. Okay, they can hear me now. Okay. And back then, I was way more just strictly on, I did my little pro-black content. I was doing the little Manosphere stuff with stuff that was going on in the Manosphere, other black spaces. Then I fell into the fucking Umar Johnson sector. Didn't even know I was in it, but I was in it. And then I took that shit and ran. But I'm sorry. We have to protect our kids. We got to protect young girls from fucking predators. It's easier for a grown-ass man to impose himself physically on a teenage girl or even an adult woman as opposed to a woman using psychological manipulation of a physically superior teenage boy that looked like a grown-ass man. Both are equally wrong, but the manner in which it is carried out is different. Young man. We cannot ignore things that our kids go through, particularly the boys, that hinder their growth. And then once they become a man, you expect all of this fucking maturity and fucking fucking leadership and logical thinking and productiveness and assertiveness and competitiveness and get on your shit and do. But then you ignore the previous fucking 17 years of fucked up environment and lack of accountability. An unaccountable kid will be an unaccountable adult. You got when I in these spaces early on, it was more about the men making excuses. Then the shit went to another level when the women would take up for niggas that they like. If I follow and like him, I'ma rock with him to the end. I don't give a damn what he did. And there were women with this attitude. If I rock with him, look, this is what's it. This is what's up. I'm like, damn, these YouTube relationships are that valuable to you, right? You compromise your value system, whatever that is, to maintain your status with whomever. I'm sorry. YouTube relationships are not that motherfucking important for me to compromise my value system. I'm sorry. And I know a few people offline. A couple of people, got several people in the chat right now that I have talked to, have done business with offline. But our relationship would not compromise my value system. And neither should my relationship compromise something I'm doing that's off. I need to be held accountable by you and let me know if I'm doing wrong or I'm saying something wrong. That shit is reciprocal. It goes both ways. I've seen too many children lives turned upside down on account of sexual assault related and grape related experiences and trauma. Some of these kids never get it right, never recover. That's why some of these kids have a propensity to attempt suicide, get on drugs, or they become perpetrators. That's the reality. But the thing, man, I just see it, man. I'm at the point now when people start talking about stuff like this, I just turn the fucking channel or I just unplug off of YouTube and just be like, man, I don't even want to talk about this shit. I don't want to hear another grown ass man or woman making excuses for why somebody said something that was pedophilic, or they making excuses for someone who did so. I don't, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Because the minute you start challenging them, they start coming up with these idiotic ass excuses. And before you know it, I'm getting upset. I'm raising my fucking voice. I'm yelling and cursing. And we going back at each other. What's up, We Unlocked? Me and your boy Great Pill was talking about you last night. They say you left, but you ain't leave. You still in the spaces, but you ain't left. Hey, man, you doing your thing. Whatever you feel is good for you right now. You taking a break. Going through these experiences, man, people have to understand, like, when people talk about certain things, I see the end result of this stuff. I see the end results in clinical settings of people trying to learn to make sense of life after their innocence been taken a fucking way. I had situations with fucking fathers molesting their children for fucking 10, 15 years. Kids running away. Getting involved in trafficking by pimps picking up these little girls and making them do all kinds of shit. Drugging them up. Stealing. Some have, they become more violent because of what happened. As a defense mechanism towards preventing themselves from having this happen to them again. Hey, Robbie, what's up? What's up, girl? I think that, man, like, where is the limits on shit, man? This shit cannot just be about getting views and money and subscribers and Shit. We gotta rise above shit like this. I feel like registered sex offenders have no place in any space. Whether it is legal to be here or not, YouTube need to put that shit in the community guidelines. Stalkers. Guys stalking kids and shit. You a goddamn reverend and you looking at little kids and shit all fucking day on TikTok. What's up, Jalen? Yeah, Jalen, they are looking real bad. Making excuses for people, man. Man, that shit should be a fucking scar for life. When you engage in shit like that, that's a scar for life. You gotta live with that shit the rest of your life. Ain't no rehabilitation. You may psychologically rehabilitate if you can, but socially, there's no rehabilitation. People have the right to not trust you and to ridicule your ass for the rest of your life. And you're gonna have to accept that shit. But not on YouTube. What you got? You got niggas that went to jail, came out thinking that they just gonna, start off where they left off. Black woman, fuck the black woman, this, she like criminals. This nigga Tito was saying black women love criminals. They don't give a shit if I beat up 5 women and I strangled one to damn near to death. That shit exciting to black women. That's what this nigga talking about. That shit turn them on. I'm an alpha male. Nigga, if you gotta say you're an alpha male, that's a sign your ass ain't no goddamn alpha male. Just like you dumbass niggas on here talking about I deserve some submissiveness and shit like that. Nigga, if you gotta ask for submissiveness, nigga, that means you ain't worth submitting to. Because women submit to women they feel are worth the submission or they value. You ain't gotta ask for that shit. I've never heard. I've been married for damn near 19 years next month. Not one time had that shit ever came up in a conversation with me, with my wife, or other men. Neither with my father. God bless my father's, soul. He 86 years old. My father never told me no shit about, well, son, you're gonna have to, she's gonna have to be submissive to you. No, he told me to handle my goddamn business. Everything else will work itself out. If you gotta ask for shit, if you gotta plead for it, that means you ain't it. And forcing someone to submit to you ain't really full submission. Real submission is voluntary. Involuntary submission is almost like fucking servitude. And what that woman will do is find somebody else, cheat on your ass, and then leave you. And then you're going to come on YouTube with another pitiful ass red pill rage of a story about how you can't trust these bitches. Shout out to DS1 for talking about the junk content, junk food content. These niggas dying in this space. Shit, BMT, how many people died in the last 2 years? We don't like a BMT. Man, they had all these people died. Had a dude I knew that committed suicide. Had another one I knew that tried to commit suicide. You had niggas went to jail for killing people in a goddamn train and shit. David Carroll died. Even Kevin Samuels' bitch ass one time. The woman talked about why she left her husband because the husband wanted to go in the bathroom while her daughter was showering. And Kevin Samuels gonna tell the woman she shouldn't have been mad at her husband, who, whether he was the father of the goddamn child or not, no man has no business going in the bathroom while your teenage daughter is fucking showering or taking a bath. And Kevin Samuels tried to turn the shit around like it was her fault. This nigga dead now. David Carroll dead. Alan Roger Curry dead. Ron Wills just had a fucking stroke. This is facts. Niggas want to talk about being red pill, but they don't want to talk about the outcomes. They don't want to talk about the trajectory of what red pill leads to in 5 to 10 years down the line. I can tell you exactly what it is, because I actually can't be honest with you. I had several clients that would be coined incels before I got in this space. They all were white, young white men between 21 and maybe 28 in their late 20s, struggling to get a date, struggling to get a woman to like them. A lot of women saw them as being creepy or awkward, didn't know how to carry a conversation. I never saw a black incel before in my life until I came on this motherfucker. I had several in my practice. Like, these guys, man, they have a lot of anger in them. They have violent tendencies. They have impulse control issues. They have a lot of anxiety. They have depression. They can be very resistant to change because in their mindset, is the world is what's wrong, is not me. And so they feel like, well, hell, if I can't get an adult woman, well, shit, if the government allow me to marry a 16-year-old, but shit, that should be okay. And then they want to use the fucking Bible. That's one of the most stuff. Well, in the Bible, you know, Joseph was a grown man and Mary was a teenage girl. I'm like, you sick bastards. See, this is what I'm saying. Sick ass bastard. That's a sick bastard right here. An SYSBM incel. So the few clients the few clients get is evidence. Yes, it is. It's practical evidence. It's clinical evidence. You know, everything is not written in a goddamn study under a controlled setting. And I'm only talking about few because I've seen more clients like that in other situations and settings that I've worked in. I'm just using an example, smart ass. But see, this Negro right here, truism. This is an example of a pedophile apologist. I've actually been on panels with this Negro where men were talking like this and he was co-signing the shit. This nigga co-signed that pastor marrying a 17-year-old girl, 18-year-old girl at 80 fucking years old. So I guess I struck a nerve in his little ass, in his white woman loving ass, that he had to come out the clouds. Yeah, nigga, you remember when you did that. Don't tell me what you meant. You know exactly when you did it. But see, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, he did it. Nigga was up there co-signing these niggas. Yeah. What was the guy name? Trey NBD and motherfucking Hood Conservative. Well, it's nothing wrong with that. If the parents okay with it, and the father said it was all right, and his father want to put his child in the right position, then they're gonna try to intellectualize the shit. Well, what would you prefer, DERELL? Would your daughter want to date a Pookie and Ray Ray her age, or date a man 75 years old with a retirement fund, a bank full of money, stocks and bonds, a house, cars? So if he dies, she inherit all that. She in a better financial position. I'm like, nigga, you don't sit your clown ass down for saying that goofy ass shit. I'm like, nigga, stop. You would sacrifice your child just to get some fucking money? To be exploited by a grown fucking somebody old enough to be their goddamn grandfather? Sick ass shit. These niggas are sick. Like sick ass nigga, man. That nigga was up there co-signing that shit. Him and fucking SKC, Supreme Coon, Supreme King Coon, all these motherfuckers all conjugating a little area by themselves, talking nonsense about black women. And all you motherfuckers got fucking sloppy ass looking fat 300-pound white women. SKC and his Asian goof, and fucking who was that? Trey NBC with his dirty ass Dominican. Fucking bitches up there. Y'all niggas talking all that shit. Y'all going to these fucking countries where they fucking underage fucking prostitution going on and shit. That's the kind of culture these women come from. That's the shit that y'all fucking co-signing. Truism. It's the truth. Nah, nigga, you ain't living rent free, nigga. You came to my shit. I ain't come to your shit. You ain't got no platform. You came to my shit. Nigga, you the one got black women living rent free in your mind, nigga. What about your white wife? Nigga, talk about your snow white snow bunny you with. Nigga, you should be with your snow bunny. Don't be worrying about me, nigga. Go sing and dance and fucking minstrel, do the fucking minstrel show for your white wife and her family, nigga. You the fucking mascot of the white side of the family, nigga. They got your ass up there fucking tap dancing and fucking singing R&B and shit, singing fucking jingles and shit with a fucking with some fucking tap shoes on and a fucking hat, singing and waving it to the side and shit like that, bucking your eyes and shit. Nigga, that's what you doing for that white family you married into. They got your ass buck dancing for that white family. Calling that nigga nigga truism. All them niggas, they all co-sign this kind of shit. Fucking going to these little countries up there, people up there doing all that fucking sex trafficking. And then got mad at me for exposing that in Colombia and Brazil, you got fucking kids prostituting as early as 11 years old. You niggas going there sex trafficking and buying pussy from fucking little bitty girls and shit. You don't get no respect from me. I don't respect that shit. And they trying to downplay the shit. Fucking pedo apologists acting like that shit don't go on with the Passport Brothers. Niggas going to the Philippines messing with little 15-year-old girls and shit. And fucking brothels and shit. Gotta be ashamed of themselves. It's the kind of shit they got going on, man. I'm like, man, what are y'all doing? What's, you know, is this shit real or not? Like, is this like, it's like a fucking underground society of fucking misfits and shit. Weirdos conjugating together, man, with all these fucking sketchy ass ideas and about life and fucking marriage and relationships, about black women and about the black community and shit. Niggas still mad that they got bullied because people in the community didn't like their ass. They family didn't fuck with them because they was cooning and shit. Man, you know, like SKC, man, my family, they ain't want to deal with me because I like Ronald, because I like Ronald Reagan and I kissed David Duke ass. Now I'm a MAGA man. That's the kind of shit that they be saying. Oh, let me not even get on that nigga Ramil. Oh no, don't. Oh damn, Jalen, man, I was about to get off in about a 5. Now you just sparked another flame. Let's not even talk about this nigga Ramil. A prime example of someone who been sexually abused, but the victim becoming a predator. He epitomizes that shit. This nigga got on a goddamn panel talking about, I've been fucking, I'm an alpha man. I've been fucking since I was 8 years old. I was fucking my babysitter. That nigga was on some R. Kelly shit. Like his sister was fucking R. Kelly since he was like 10 or 12 or some shit. This nigga was 8 years old thinking he was really fucking. This nigga was straight up bragging. He really thought he was fucking at 8. This nigga was unable to conceptualize the fact that his babysitter was sexually exploiting his bitch ass. Now he turned around saying he did some shit. This nigga was a pimp. This nigga was sex trafficking. Now notice the correlation with these motherfucking ex-pimps and this goddamn sex trafficking of young girls and shit. Like for real. This nigga's up there. And then the anger comes out. These guys are so angry, man. These niggas think red pill rage is an adequate way of expressing oneself. And then you get mad when these black women tell you you have poor emotional intelligence. You have poor emotional intelligence. Red pill rage is a sign of poor emotional intelligence. Because if you were truly emotionally intelligent, you would not allow yourself to get enraged. You would be able to cope or refrain from whatever impulses that would cause you to become enraged. Oh, I already talked about his ass. I already talked about this nigga. I already talked about him. You missed that. Sexy Red said, I did a stream after stream, but few heard me. I wasn't popular enough, and the people I was talking about had more subscribers. Now people want to act like they care for clicks and views. That's so fucking true. And that's another thing that frustrates me. A motherfucker gotta have thousands of subscribers for niggas to feel like that's supposed to legitimize what you're saying. That's some other goofy shit. Like motherfuckers telling me, well, why should we believe what you say? Why should we believe you a therapist? You only got 1,000 views. Like, nigga, don't make me pull out receipts of what the fuck. I don't need no goddamn YouTube to validate me being my popularity as a YouTuber has no correlation with my effectiveness as a therapist and knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, the audacity of you to fucking offend me to reduce my training to some fucking YouTube. The fuck wrong with y'all? Losing your goddamn mind? Some shit I spent damn near over 7 years obtaining. The money I had to engage in, the hours and hours of fucking studying and research. Shit that y'all claim. Y'all niggas don't know what research is. You don't even know how to read research. Niggas just looking at raw numbers and think they know every goddamn thing. They don't know what a fucking research design is. They don't know the methodology. They niggas don't even know the statistical analysis that shit involves. The control setting. They don't even know what an independent or dependent variable is. But you want to school DERELL on research. The hell fuck out of here with that. Yeah, this nigga been in red pill rage all his fucking life. All his life. Mad at black women because they don't want to date him because he 5'5". He 5'4", 150 pounds. Nigga. But it's our fault, nigga. You little and short. And he whining like a girl, man. Nigga, goddamn Edward Anderson is the most whiniest ass nigga I've seen in my life. Nigga bitch and complain about every goddamn thing. I'm like, nigga, get a life. Nigga was living with his mama, nigga. Now I know why. Nobody wanted to date your ass, nigga. They couldn't even come to your house to fuck. You can't even provide a fucking space to fuck. Your ass living with your mama and shit. Who the fuck want to, nigga, your ass in your 30s and shit. This nigga in his 30s. Because that nigga been in this space a long ass time. That nigga got to be in his mid-30s, early mid-30s, and you still living at fucking home. But you wondering why you can't get a fucking date. These undesirable motherfuckers, man. Niggas was up in there making excuses for Glendon Cameron. That shit was so fucking sickening. This nigga went on live. Yeah, I fucked the mom and I fucked the daughter too. I had both of them bitches. There was some delicious pussy. And this is the kind of shit this nigga was saying about a 15-year-old girl. Little white girl too. Don't even matter about race. We talking about age. And these niggas was sitting there making excuses for Glendon. All these motherfucking pedos and shit. Low grade ass niggas. But they talk the most shit. They talk the most shit. And that's why we don't fuck with you, DERELL. And they be acting like, you know, because I don't go in the panels, the areas like I used to. So, man, I used to be places, man, as soon as I came in there, motherfuckers was like, I'm leaving. Man, DERELL came here, man, I'm out of here. fuck this. I don't want to hear this nigga. Man, fuck DERELL, man. This nigga, as soon as they see me come on the path, that shit was funny, man. The motherfucking, I was bad business for it, man. I used to get on the panel, man, the goddamn viewership dropped by 50. Those niggas know I'm gonna say some shit they didn't like it. That's why I stopped fucking with them like that, man. Cause I'm like, man, these niggas about to, you know, I'm bad. You know, they money. They like I'm fucking up their money. Shit was funny, man. But I appreciate you all for being here, guys. I just wanted to chop it up with you and get my little rant out. Because, man, this shit is sickening with this pedo shit. That nigga Fatty saying that shit. Look, man, whether he was playing or not, he should have used more discernment with how he expressed himself. Because that shit is all over the place right now. Look, people perceiving that shit whatever way, whether you meant it or not, you should have used discernment. I don't think the brother like that, but I don't know this nigga. I don't really know him like that. This nigga from another country and shit. I don't know. I really don't know. What's up, Faith? What's up, Queen? But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys, because I gotta, get back to my married life and my non-red pill life, where I actually got a family, actually got shit to do, actually got a fucking business and shit to run and money to fucking manage. I ain't on this bitch no 10, 15 hours a day crying about black women. And yeah, and my submissive wife that I never asked to be submissive. Yes. Thank you so much. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Y'all have a great day. Peace.